Hey, what's going on, Archons? I'm here with the follow-up episode and my findings for the deck that is called Wretch Crush Spawn of Fidyork. So I'm here in the casual queue because I found this deck to be más o menos is the way I'm going to put it. It's okay. There's a couple ways it can be played. And just looking here, how many creatures I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so Quixel's not going to be playing in this one. So I'm going to keep this hand, but I'm not going to go Quixel. So what I discovered is this deck actually can be played two ways. The first way is you flood the board. You get a strong board and you are able to actually really aggressively just use it. Usually it's Sanctum and Star Alliance in some capacity. But here what I'm doing is they have such a low creature count that I think the board may work in my favor here. So I do not really want to put myself in that position. But I did play a couple games where I intentionally went with Quixel Stone, and I found it to be actually quite potent. It did a lot. So the thing is, this deck has what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 creatures. But I could actually drop that down considerably by going with, so that's 17, then I could go 16, 15, 14. I could drop it down to 14 with Quixel Stone, and then with the ability to utilize Armory Officer Nell, I was actually just able to draw cards and play those creatures as upgrades and then protect my other creatures, and then have a strong Dark Harbinger turn down the road for a burst. But here I'm going to go a different route, which is put the pressure on with this fantastic Barrister Joya. So I'm going to go Sanctum, try and make them continue with dealing with Joya right off the gates. I do have a Resurgence, so I can recur Joya back. And I just got, look at this. This is what I wanted. So if they do not get rid of Joya now, I will be able to put a Fatty Boom Boom taunt action here, which will do some work. I'm going to get my Sanctum situation in full swing here is the plan. So let's see how my opponent responds. But my other findings with this deck. So this is the 13th game I've played with this since I started doing this and this little thing. So that's, I guess, what, a week. I played 13 games, which is pretty good considering I was barely playing KeyForge before. What I found is the deck's lack of like I legitimately have like notes, pages and pages of notes, what happened, and how it got me to this point. Okay, interesting. They went for a different route here. And are they going to take a, what is going on here? They must be deciding whether they want to kill Joya or not right now. They should do it though. Yep, there's that happen. Okay, Hookmaster is providing, loses 2. Okay. Well, I could Lost in the Woods right now, but I'm kind of saving this. So if I can, what I actually want to do is go the route of waiting to play Untamed as late as possible, but not holding it to the point where I'm not drawing much. But right now I do feel that this here is a good situation. So I'm going to keep leaning into that. So we're going to go Sanctum again. Play Lady Lorena to give me some taunt. And then the question is, do I want to raise the tide right now? That is the true question. I think that I do want to let them have the tide here. Or do I? Just taking a look here to see what exists. I think they have enough ways to make it work that it's not a huge issue. So we're just going to take that off the board. Or am I? You know what? I'm actually not going to. I'm going to... No, I am going to. I changed my mind. We're going to play this left. Boom, boom, boom. Let's just take that out. They get the tide. But I'm in a position now where, see here, I'm getting my Garcia under protection. I can get Nell under protection. Quixelstone actually still might play here. I'm still debating Quixelstone. It depends on the board they put out if I want to kind of stymie things here a little bit. So that is what I'm really thinking about right now. Other findings. So unfortunately, this deck does not have the greatest Ember control. I found that games when I did not get Anthony meant that I was going to most likely come out on the losing side. The potency of Anthony buying me 1 or 2 turns before my opponent could forge with that Ember was very strong. And the fact that it captures all was huge. The other thing is the Sensor Chief Garcia is also quite important. Without it, I kind of was just stuck in this place where there wasn't much I could do. The necessity... Okay, that's interesting. The necessity of having it was big. I would need to get... I'm trying to think what I want to do here. I would need to get those 2 cards to buy me, like, basically like either make them cost more for Forge or delaying 1 turn, and I found that was really important with my momentum. But Anthony was the key. If Anthony did not come, the game was definitely not in a place that was good for me. So now I have to make a decision. All right, we are just going... Is this a Reap? It's a Reap. Okay, so we're just going to go into Star Alliance here. Let's see what Nell gets me. Oh, Lady Lorena, obviously. I knew this. The question is, do I want to play Quixelstone and go here, or should I save it for the Widespread Corruption and Sabog's Thingamabob? I think I want to save it for my other play. So Quixel is going to be discarded. And we will just play Sensor Chief Garcia here. And here we go. We're building up the turn. I still kind of want to go with going into Sanctum here and providing some protection. So let's see if my opponent decides to prioritize getting rid of Garcia. If not, that gives me a little bit of leeway to operate differently. But the truth is, so my final findings with this deck, that's why we're here today, is that the deck is a casual deck only. I will say it plays strongly in casual, but it is most definitely a casual deck. It does not fare well in competitive. It can get beaten quite badly. I went against Am I Bluffin'? And yeah, it was just not a good thing. Interesting. Okay. That's interesting. That was prioritized. It just didn't work. There's a lot of good decks out there that it won't work, but in a casual setting, this deck actually is good, because casual doesn't always mean it's a bad deck. It means sometimes the way people want to play, but it could go against casual. I got some more stats for you after I play this turn, so we're gonna lean into this here. Basically, the idea is I am going to get rid of Wiccola, set up a good situation here. Now I'm in a point where I'm going to have to play these. I do not have a choice. It has just gotten to a point where I don't have enough stuff here to really do what I want. So they're just clogging up my hand, and that's 4 Ember. The only not great thing is, well, this does change some things. Having Yuri in here does change some things. And we're going to lean into that, actually. I'm not in check, so I don't have to call Star Alliance. We're going to go 1 more turn in Sanctum. Do a little board control here. And Bob's your uncle. Fanny's your aunt, right? we will just put that there for now. We're tied on Ember. Okay, now I'm in a position where I don't have a choice. I must play out this Untamed, even though I didn't get my Harbinger. It's for Ember. It puts me in check next turn. I can choose to beef up one of these creatures here. Probably Garcia. I don't have an artifact. And yeah, the Savage Clash and the Lost in the Woods will be a game time decision what I do there. It depends what they put out, to be honest. Okay. Okay. All right. So basically what I'm debating here is, do I want to put these two back in the deck or Censor Chief Garcia back in the deck? Knowing I don't have any other Ember control. I have to put two things. So it's a question of, do I put Grey Rider and Censor Chief back? And I think the answer is, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So we're going to go Untamed. Reclaim by Nature. Growth Surge. I think I want to go Growth Surge last because of the way I'm going to play this out here. We'll just put that there. And then we're going to Lost in the Woods, putting those two back so I can pull them back later. We're going to get rid of their board. And then we can Growth Surge to make Lorena really powerful. And I'm just going to get rid of Savage Clash. I'm in check. Nothing wrong with that. And I'm going to draw up here. And of course, now I get my Harbinger. Of course that happens. The good news is I got Anthony in this time with protection on board, with my opponent most likely hitting check at this point. Okay, let's see what happens here. So here's the stats. So of the games I played, I faced Coda 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And of those 4, I won twice. All right, so they took me off check. Little Niff. Okay, so I need to get rid of this here. They're not in check, so I'm actually not in a position where... Oh, I tell you what I do want, though, is I think I want to get Joya back. So the Dark Harbinger play is real. I definitely don't want to go Star Alliance just yet. Elusive, used to fight Steel 1. I want to get rid of Gas Pipes. So let's just get some Ember, go way into check here, because scaling Ember is not much of a thing. My Sanctum board is pretty decent, so we're just going to Reap. Take care of that, go into check again. So the way I originally played this deck was establishing a really big board and just going to town. The way I've played it in the latter stages of my findings has actually been to focus on a smaller board and do more with less creatures, which felt really counterintuitive. But the interesting thing about this deck is it provided opportunities to utilize singular creatures in a significant way. What I mean by that is the Harbinger, all the actions that are in here. That's the one really cool thing. There's like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 actions. And if you get Song of the Wild to kick things off, you're in a really nice place. Aside from that, there's also the Eunonia. So Eunonia having an Explore Over put on it so it has Skirmish was pretty fun, and then getting Grey Rider to be used, and you could do it in ways like Commander Chan into Grey Rider into the Eunonia, and you're gaining Ember, taking things off the board. It was a really fun little exchange there going that route. Also putting it on Lord Golgotha, so you're just having a really fat way of getting things done. Cement Shoes. Okay, so just, I'm curious about that move there. Let's see what happens. So my opponent is not on check. I'm just waiting. So I'm hoping next turn I can make that. I'm probably going to go with the upgrade version of these, except for Secure a Dog. What I will do is I'll put Stealthster on Lady Lorena to provide that extra annoyance. Then I'm going to go with Anthony and then Secure Dog. So Anthony has essentially the double taunt working for it. So that means they're probably going to get rid of Grey Rider. Yeah, not ideal, but it is what it is. Okay, KeyForge. We're going to go Star Alliance here. I think I'm going to switch my play now because this is going to die pretty quick. So we're going to play Anthony on the left. I'm actually going to make Anthony elusive just so it's a little bit more annoying. And then I'll play this on the left so I have that extra protection here. Because right now, it's still going to take a lot to go through this, but now it's just really protected. And that Ember is going to be stuck there for a while. And that is the key, is how long I can keep Anthony from being utilized by my opponent to getting Ember back. All right, we got the Resurgence in play now. The shoulder armor too. I mean, there's lots of moves that can be done here. But I think the Dark Harbinger play, I think I want to cycle, even though I don't have the Song of the Well. I can keep my Dark Harbinger safe on this side, actually, if I wish. I think I want Garcia on the other side with a shoulder armor in the future when that becomes relevant. Right now it is not relevant, so I'm not going to do that. As I was going house breakdowns, I played against AOA 1, 2, 3 times, and I won twice out of those 3. Uh-oh, what's Brain Drain again? I wonder what they're going to choose, actually. If I were them, I would choose Dark Harbinger, because that's the most annoying thing they could do. But it really just makes me pivot hard into the Sanctum thing, but they know what I have in my hand now. From that, I also went into Mass Mutation, and I played against Mass Mutation 1, 2, twice. Both times were against Am I Bluffin', and it was the same deck twice, and I lost. Definitely lost handedly. All right, let's see what this card is again. After your opponent forges a key, exhaust each creature they forge. Okay, so I'm in a good place here. What did they take? Oh, interesting. Cleansing Wave. That's weird. They put 2 things from the same house on top. I don't know if I would have done that. I'm just going to go Untamed now and execute the plan I mentioned. So first off will be Resurgence. And do I want 2 Sanctum cards in hand is the question. Where do I want to go next turn? Is it board or is it... I mean, I think I go... because I know I'm going to draw 2 more Sanctum cards. So yeah, let's just lean into Sanctum. And make it annoying. Yeah, I'm just going to reap. I'm just going to put the pressure out there. So, Rapid Evolution. Let's do this and actually just make Anthony such a pain in the ass to deal with. And now I have this really great Sanctum suite opening up here. And I'm going to make this game not fun for my opponent. Unfortunately, this deck actually can make the game kind of not fun. I played against Worlds Collide once, and I won 3-0 on that. It was in casual. And I played against DT once in casual, and I won 3-2 in that one. So A lot of the early games I did not face a board wipe, and I was playing with a very strong board. The last two games, like I said, I went over to a Quixelstone based play style, and I found it to be quite attractive. And if I was going against a deck with heavy creatures, I would look to play Quixelstone. Actually, I found it to be very satisfying and quite easy to pull off and not be hamstrung in a way I thought I would. Okay. I think we're going to make them pay to forge here is what we're going to do. So we're going to go Star Alliance. Even though I have this grip here, we are going to place this to the right to increase key cost. I'll then reap here and I'm still okay even if I get rid of Secure Droid. So I think, see, the problem is these two things still play. You know what? I sack this, but make this not a thing. So I can't lose two, but they will steal one. So they're going to take me off, but I think I'm in a pretty good position here. All right, they went Shadows. Stir up trouble. Well, that caused some problems. Okay, they stole a couple from Ransack. That was pretty good. Shoulder Ed's coming in. All right. Now I gotta decide about a Cleansing Wave play. All right, here's the thing. The way their board is, I think I actually just allow the board to be wiped and then go forward. I'm gonna do a risky play here, folks. We're gonna go in. So we're going Sanctum. We're gonna start off with a Cleansing Wave to go into check. We're then going to Spirit's Way to wipe everything, putting my opponent in check. Now we're going to stop them from reaping. This is the move that I've been thinking about as I played, is sometimes sacrificing the board to allow the momentum to shift in a different direction. So we'll see how this plays out. Was this a mistake? Maybe. But this deck plays really interesting. You can't get too stuck in one way. You have to be willing to pivot suddenly. And their board was in a really strong way where I don't think I could have allowed one turn with that Sanctum. So here we are. Just have a little ginger snap cookies here. Yep, saw that coming. But that's okay. Let's just play some cards now. Just going to put a board presence out here, so I can hopefully reap to victory soon. All right, so I got... Yeah, I can go Kirby Grovenal and then just fight my way into a good place. Oh, they're going to do double strange ordination right now. Well, that was actually huge. That was massively huge. But I'm kind of on borrowed time here. I wonder if I should have waited one more turn. Sargasso is good. So I put 1 damage, and then foil puts it at 5. That's not great. Can at least take out Marshall Ewer. I think I just reap here. Interesting. See, the problem is they can just hit Grovenal, and I am now in trouble. Except for Sargasso, saves me. So let's see what happens here. This is going to come down to the wire. All right, they went Untamed. Are they going to take out my board? What do they have left? Okay, Abandoned Ship. I mean, I'm done now. That's it. Not yet, actually. I just realized there's one thing I can do. So we go this. We go this. We go that. I think I want to draw a card right now. Okay. And then I just take the Tide. Capture 2 over there. And see where we go. Almost conceded prematurely. Because now I can get Kirby to put out Grovenal and capture 2 actually. Got some moves. Let's see how Sargasso is played. I'm going for shadows. All right. What does Widespread Corruption say? Okay. Interesting. Now they're going to capture 2. Interesting. Very interesting. I think I might still be in this, actually. Now we go into the fun part. So I gotta remember to take the Tide. Are these all elusive? No, that is poison. That is elusive. Okay. I actually don't even have to take the Tide, I just realized. But if I kill it, then I get 2 Ember that they don't get back. Okay. So do I want to reap with this creature is the question. So we are going to raise the tide. I'm going to put that here. I have 0 Ember. So if I reap here, I can use another friendly creature, which will be Bulwark. So it's 4, 5, 6. You know what? Yes. Oh, but it wouldn't survive, so therefore I don't get the other. That's fine, actually. Let's get the Ember. And buy us another turn. This is getting interesting. So if they can not go into check next turn, I think Mac the Knife swung into X-Blow. Or that. That will do it. Yep, I may have made a mistake with the way I did that. I should have maybe left Sargasso around. So it is what it is. This is a fun deck, but it doesn't get steamrolled a lot, but it plays pretty interestingly. I think there's good decision making. So that's it. That's how this deck is going. I don't know if I can fall in love with this deck. I really enjoy it, but I don't know if I can fall in love with this deck. So I'm going to try the other deck next and see. I went 13 games. I learned so much about this deck. I don't even know what the SAS is on this yet, and I'm not sure I'm going to. I'm going to see how I feel in a second. I wish there was a function on DOK where you could see your decks but not see their SAS score. You could see their stats of Ember Control and stuff, but you didn't know their SAS score. I wish that was a thing. But yeah, I'm gonna probably do a video cracking this Dark Tidings deck and trying all over again. Can you fall in love with the deck? I did early on fall in love with this, but then I realized its flaws as I got into the 10 game marker and it didn't work. So we will continue trying. One deck is not an appropriate sample size. So as always, folks, may your Ember never be stolen and your keys forged promptly.